Hello, Galaxy. I got some stuff for... Ooh. Not ooh, ew, ew. I was like off kilter. There we go. We're better now. We're on end of filament spool watch. Once again, lately I've just been going through so many of the spools. I went through this particular spool. It wasn't a really big one, the PLA Pro for the pumpkin, the teal pumpkin, and ended up finishing it up with a couple of other figures, and then realized I definitely don't have a lot for too much more, so I'm going to finish things off with the teeny tiny Wexter micros. They're not really mini dudes, they're micro dudes. They're very, very tiny. So we're probably going to get through one or two. Finished another spool today, though. That's the good news. The overnight print that I had, the dark blue, the printed solid, ran through that. So that color is that it was a very bold blue, like deep, not quite dark blue. Although I got a good dark blue. I believe Itor is working on an Admiral Radis figure. And Admiral Radis would be perfect in that color, I believe. So I'm hoping that'll be available from his Patreon soon. I got some stuff to show. As this is, I'd say, common, but got some uncommon things to showcase today. You're going to be surprised. I was surprised when I showed up because I was not expecting what showed up, but it showed up nonetheless. So are you ready for this? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready for this. I was not ready for this. Because again, went to the mailbox and they laughed. And I'm like, why are you laughing? Because remember last year when we got the big Chucky doll? Now we have the bride of Chucky. She's back. And she is here with... Oh, sorry. My shirt is like really loose there. Not like I need to apologize for the condition of my shirt, but yeah, we now have the bride of Chucky. I was not expecting this. Not anticipating. It's a big. Here, wait. Let's make sure. Let's get the full box shot here. Get that. This is from the mailbox. There we go. You don't need to see that yellow tag. So, new episodes, Wednesdays, 9, 8 Central. I don't know if this was supposed to come with the earlier roundup that I got from Chucky stuff. I'd imagine it was, because I think Chucky has been underway. Look at that. There's even the backside. You see the backside of Chucky, or I'm sorry, not the backside of Chucky, the backside of the box of Chucky's bride. This is Chucky's bride, right? I gotta bone up on my Chuckology. Now here's the moment of truth. Oh. There we go. Well, this is just creeptacular. She's got a hairnet though, so that's something. Hey, I'm not gonna open it. I'm opening it wide so that everyone else can see. Yeah, it is. So, that's what I thought. Really creepy. So, very scary. The bride of Chucky, Chucky bride, the girl of the Chucky bride. Yeah. So I'm back. That's what she said. Oh. Oh man, this is just.
Wait, can I see?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a big thing here.
It looks like Chucky. I wish we had Chucky.
Yeah, well, it's Jedi. So that happened. No. Get your hands off. Thank you. Anyway, that's one thing that showed up. A couple other things showed up too. Something far less scary, far less frightening. We've got a Star Wars: The Old Republic comic, not the New Republic, the Old Republic, and this one, a new Star Wars. Oh, I gotta sit back when I do these, right? Because otherwise they get out of focus. Star Wars Revelations. Look at that nice ad on the back. I love when they put Star Wars on the front and the back covers of these comics. It's so nice. Here, I'm gonna sit further back on this one too, just in case. This, I don't know if I'm going to continue with the High Republic. Oh wait, hang on. It's a new one. It's number 1. I hate when they do this because then I get lost. Oh man, because they do number 1 editions just to make them like collectible and everything. So then I also got this set. I only picked up one of these. These are 3-packs. I only got one, even though I really like what's inside. I already had Imperial Security Droids and Scout Troopers, even though they have different accessories. The Riot Trooper, Magna Guard, which I haven't had in a while, but this one, maybe if it goes on sale, I'll get another one to open, but at this stage, I'm just going to stick with this closed box for those 3. And then, remember what I said the other day about Fortnite? This was on sale. I've started to collect. I've yet to play Fortnite games, but this was I feel a pretty good. I felt it was a pretty good price for an all gold figure and the Brutus Gold and Brutus Ghost. And then it comes with this little like a play set, and you press the button and the wall flips. You know, like the old mystery movies or TV shows, like, you know, where there's a wall and behind the wall. The Peelies that we got the other day had a similar kind of setup with a library, actually. So rotate and reveal secret weapons rack. Otherwise, it looks like it's just kind of a gym or someone's workout room with a range target. You get a special range target with this one. I don't think there's any confetti in this box, though. I don't believe. You gotta be careful with Fortnite, apparently. There's confetti that might fly everywhere. And the last thing I got, this is actually another show that is going to be released. Today was the first day for the public. This is... here we go. Oh, it's too... So, a big box. Don't worry, darling. So, don't worry. Don't worry. What am I not going to worry about? I don't know. Let's find out together. Ooh, gotta be careful. Comes with some sunglasses, some Don't Worry Darling UV production sunglasses. Okay. Well, here we go. I'll take my glasses off so you can see that I'm not worried, darling. Can you see? There you go, yeah. Stay here. Don't worry, darling. Apparently sunglasses must be a thing for Don't Worry, Darling. Must be, I don't know. Then we've got, looks like classic Mai Tai. So this is a Mai Tai kit. I'm gonna open the tin here. Let's see here. It's a nice tin. Oh, it's the phone. Oh, hello, Monsoon Josh. You've missed quite a bit already. You missed a special reveal. Classic Mai Tai. So, like, Mai Tai kit. This is the Cocktail Box Company. So, see if I can hold it up so you can see everything. So it's so I can Mai Tai. So if you ever if I wanted to make a Mai Tai at home in winter, it's now possible. I have not had a Mai Tai in eons. Like, eons. Then we also have, ooh, this is a nice, oh, it's a little like a recipe box. It comes with recipes. The chambers, don't worry, darling. So let's see if we can hold it up. Chambers, there we go. So wait, you can't, there we go. I gotta hold it up just right. Oh, wow, it's a full-on, whole bunch of recipes here. Let me see if I can, I'm trying to hold it so that you can get a good view of what it is and what's inside. So there's this. So apparently a lot of stuff happens in the kitchen with food in this show. A lot of stuff in the kitchen with food and stuff. VICTOR. Isn't this a battle cry? Isn't this a cheerleader battle cry? Yeah? Victory. And oh, it's a film. It's a movie. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's a movie with Florence Pugh. So that's the it's a movie. There. And it has this, look at this. It's an apron. Yeah, this must be this must be a lot of stuff must happen. Don't worry, darling. I'm in the kitchen. I'm in the, like, yeah, see? I gotta hold it up, like, it's an apron. Like, wait, hang on, is there, let me see if I can, there's anything else in here. I've got the apron on. See what I can do. Anything else? Oh, a cutting board. Oh boy. Look at, wow, a V on it. Nice, like a cheese board. So, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. But let's see if that shot came out. I think it did. Perfect. Okay. It's nice cutting board. Very, very nice. Sometimes you don't know when they send these promo items for these shows or these movies. Very nice. Then we have stuff all over the ground because I knocked into it with the Chucky box. Hang on. Sorry, everybody. Make it a check. Welcome to Victory. We officially welcome you to our desert utopia. Since you are a new resident of Victory, we wanted to share some necessities which will help you thrive inside our community. Okay, so some postcards. So I am now welcome. I'm welcome in Victory. You know, they gave me a code to watch the movie, so I'm going to be watching the movie. Sunglasses. Got one more box in here. I think it's glassware. Alright. Gotta be careful. Hopefully the glass is not broken. Oh, yeah. Yep. Swiss Force Envoy Ice Set. Oh, whoa. Dude. It's those cubes. It's the cubes that you can freeze, and then they stay cool. Oh, wow. That's nice. Those will definitely get used. Yeah, because then you can put them in beer if you want. I mean, I know whiskey. Yes, sure. But I don't whiskey. I can't whiskey. Whiskey gives me headaches, for sure. You heard your name, dude? Well, yes, you did. See if I can hold this up so I can get a good screen grab of what it is. They sent these items here for me to enjoy as I watch the film. Here, how about I do this? Okay. There we go. Whoa. So, yeah. The Swiss Force Envoy ice set. These will definitely get used. Oh, man. They're heavy. These things are heavy, too. Wow. You think you just stick them in the freezer, then? Is that what you do? Set stainless steel ice cubes. Chill longer than regular ice. Food grade gel-filled cubes. Keep drinks and beverages. Fine liquor cold without losing flavor. Place cubes in the provided pouch and freeze for about 4 hours. No freezer burn taste. Oh, so you gotta put them in the... I'm gonna use it for my beer sometimes. I want it to be colder. Although I'm not gonna have any beer tonight. I haven't had any lately, but I had a headache, so I had to take some sodium proxin or whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to mess with alcohol tonight. So you put them in the bag. Stick them in the bag. And that's it. That's it. Wow, that's pretty cool. Got a cutting board, really, out of it. A nice cutting board. A code and the cubes. I've never had these cubes before. And then these nice little, what would you call it? Whiskey glass. A shot glass, if it's a big shot. Would you say? I'm sorry, I missed that. Haven't had a drink since April. Oh, nice. Hey, keep going. Like ice, but don't bite. Yeah, no. I can only imagine you don't want to bite down on one of those. No. We have like plastic ones, like the Grogu. We picked up the Grogu ones. But I'd always seen these like whiskey stones, I think is what they're called. And I was like, oh, that's kind of neat, but never really had the opportunity. Film follows an idyllic housewife living in a company town and begins to suspect a sinister secret being kept from its residents by the man who runs it. Oh, of course. Well, I'll give it a shot. Because there are some nights that, I need my entertainment. I need to be entertained. Waiting for the entertainment. Did I see the Garbage Pail Kids video game released? No! Did it get released today? I pre-ordered the special edition Nintendo cartridge, though. I did pre-order that, and with it comes a Steam redeem code. So theoretically, I'd be able to play it. Do I know why they sent me? Yeah, I mean, I get invitations now. I don't know why. I don't know how. But, they sent an invitation for the promo for E.T. So I'm like, sure. Then this one came across the desk, and I'm like, I was like, yeah, the first time I'm like, I don't know. And then the second time, I'm like, sure, why not? Yeah, send it over. And then I got another one coming for yet something else. I have no idea why I'm suddenly on these lists, but apparently I am on these lists. So, I mean, sure, why not? I'd be happy to share the joy with everybody. The getting these screenshots. Man. Because, now I have to say, hey, victory, and then I have to post the Chucky thing on Twitter. So expect a follow-up on Twitter. I guess I'm an entertainment guy. I mean, I talk about entertainment all the time. So I'll take the promotional material, certainly. Because you never know. There's sometimes... I made the list. I did. So I'm apparently on the... I was also invited... We couldn't do it to see Black Adam. And unfortunately, it would have been late at night. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no... In downtown Seattle, late at night, I'm like, yeah, it's not going to happen. There's just no chance it's going to happen. But I hopefully will be hearing back from them on on another front in relation to that. Oh yeah, that's not a list you want to be on, K2. That is not the list you want to be on. Avoid that list at all costs. Today, for updates, I pre-ordered the Apple TV. I know. I said I'm not sure about Apple TV anymore, but here's the thing. Thread is coming, and I'm like, Matter, Thread. I'm like, well, the more repeaters I have, the better. And I use the Apple TV, and since this is my primary station with the Mac, you can extend your screen. I mean, you can do AirPlay from any iOS device, but I don't really use iOS like that. Since I was like, okay, so I basically extended the screen, and I'm like, well, that might be handy here, more so than Google. But as far as entertainment devices go, I'd still choose a Google device over an Apple device. I said I'm going with an Apple device for Thread. Not that we have any Matter or Thread devices. They haven't really been released yet. It's just more like future proofing, like when it does come out. Even though this TV is not a 4K TV, if anything, what I may end up doing is upgrading another Apple TV, not specifically for the Apple TV functionality, but specifically because of Thread and Matter, depending again on what gets released and if we pick up any devices that would be Thread or Matter compatible. Wow. TSA checked their bags for 3 years. Whoa, that's a long time, Stormfist. Hey, Zombie. NVIDIA Shield. I know, but like, honestly, I was gonna say this, Zombie, and you may, I think I said it last night, but I updated the Google TV with Chromecast to the new version. I think they're up to 12 now. Yeah, the same version I think you got. And it's snappier. I mean, it didn't like kill all the lag, but it is substantially snappier. Like they made some optimizations in that thing that I'm just like, that loaded quick. Okay, I remembered where I was there. All right, I'm flipping through there pretty. So I think it may be a law of diminishing returns for me to spend really too much more on any of those devices without, like a big need. We don't really, at this stage, have too much of that room probably gets the most use. Jedi usually spends her time watching on an iPad. So we don't really use bigger TVs around here all that often. Honestly, as many as we have, they just don't get used. So upgrading the equipment for those just doesn't make that much sense. Now, when I get the new Apple TV and try it here, just to see, because it'll be on Wi-Fi 6. I've got a Wi-Fi 6 network. I don't know if it's going to be any more responsive. It's Apple TV. It's a faster chip. But I may end up upgrading the other Apple TV. After all, may end up upgrading the other Apple TV devices, if only for Thread support, right? Because it extends the network, right? With Matter and Thread, and knowing that's the way I'd go. So as far as entertainment goes, we really don't use Apple TV as much. I'm running, this is MakerDeck 24/7, so it doesn't matter if that's Apple TV or Google TV. It's just, it's constantly MakerDeck. So once it's loaded, it's loaded. Every so often it might crash, and hopefully maybe the newer Apple TV will mitigate that. We'll see. I don't know yet. We'll find out. So that was my day. Wonder if you can stream from the hotel. It's possible. The best hotel internet connection I ever had was when I traveled to the UK. It was a really surprisingly really good connection. It was too good. I think the hotel connection was better than my home connection at that time. Oh, on this stream for sure. Well, I got the request open, Zombie. You can pull you in and try. Why not? Oh, Astronaut drop. Are you going WWE there? What are you doing? Yeah, so I was remarking. I've tried a few of the new Apple apps on the new Mac OS, right? And they're weird. Like it's weird. Like even the Home app, and I'm like, I don't use the Home app, but the Home app is absolute trash. As far as I'm concerned, it is just garbage. Like like when you're flipping between panes, like the icons kind of jump and have these weird animations all the time. Like it's just bizarre. It is just bizarre. These weird animations between each of the panes on the Home app, and honestly, the user experience is kind of a mess as well. So they've been working on that allegedly for a while, but Mac OS preferences, I feel like I'm okay with them because I don't use them all that often. And honestly, my biggest issue was the display thing, the display hiccup in previous versions, and that's mitigated. I may still have to jump into system settings to tweak things now and again, depending on whether or not it remembers the chain. I haven't spent enough time with it, but to this point, it has been far less problematic than previous versions. Home is useful if you only use the control panel. Buttons to access lights. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't have any smart home stuff. The only thing we have are like Apple TV devices that, you know, they're not even turned on. Like, if we're not gonna, like, the one in the den, not plugged in. The one under the TVs, not. But we only have one really plugged in, and that's the one that's currently running MakerDeck. Rebooted Back to the Future. K2, I took, I'm glad you mentioned that tip, because he suggested what I could do to fix the issue that I had with weather, the weather app. I mean, I don't mind the weather app. It's nice, although it never seems to, oh my God, it loaded Cupertino. Like by default, even though I don't have Cupertino listed anywhere, it just, y'all not gonna believe this. It's like, hang on. I don't have Cupertino anywhere. Why did it just default? There's no Cupertino in the settings. You know, I turned off location, but it defaulted to that, which is just bizarre. It's just the most bizarre. I know it's always Cupertino, but like I have my location set up. So why did it default to something else? You know, it just doesn't. So these apps are a little, and then it Cupertino. I think here's the problem. I think it's when I turned off location. When I turned off location, now it's defaulting to, if you turn off location services, K2, you don't get the location, the automatic location, but it defaults to Cupertino. That is just, I mean, and it's not even the weather. The weather doesn't even load. It just says Cupertino with a blank screen. It's just, my God. I have one, that's the thing, K2. I have one location. I have Seattle. I have my location. Like, it's there. It is clearly right there. Okay, so let me try it again. I don't know. I think you have to accept it on your side. Okay, now so I didn't turn on location services, and now it loads, and it's not animating. There's some jank stuff going on with this weather app, man. I'm telling you, these apps, some of these apps are just they're not consistent. That's the bottom line. Oh, everybody wants to track you. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, because I turned off Wi-Fi. I've got location off. I've turned off Wi-Fi, and now now Cupertino doesn't show up. So this is right. This is just freaking weird. So I don't know if they're gonna fix that. They might. They might not. Who knows? It's just so friggin' bizarre. Well, it says, Zombie, it says, I sent the invite. You gotta have Google Chrome. It says waiting for guest to connect. So I don't know what that means. I invited, but I don't know where that goes. It tells you where I need to be. Yeah, that sounds about right. Your MacBook can't install Ventura? Oh no, it must be too old. How's Ventura overall? I wouldn't say it's smoother. There's definitely. I'm worried about Apple. I'm serious. I'm worried about Apple software. I've never been more serious. For the longest time, I was like, oh, the Mac, the software's pretty clean, straightforward, clean, quick, and all that. I mean, it's fast, it's responsive, but it won't take much for Microsoft to get me to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm done with Mac OS. Just like I was done with iOS, So, oh, you have a touch bar. Yeah, I don't have a touch bar. So I don't know where it's going to go with that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not using the apps all out. It's nice to have the clock app. The clock app's decent, although I wouldn't say it's amazing. Continuity camera is mostly fine. I'm able to do, like, honestly, most of where I spend my time is in a web browser. Everything else is just kind of a bonus. So I don't use a lot of those native apps. But man, they've messed with some of them, and I don't think they're ready. I don't think the apps are ready for prime time. I just don't. They're not. There's something about them that's just not. Something ain't right. On Twitter, when I tweeted this about the iPad, or the iPadification of macOS, someone wrote, right now everyone's befuddled by system level dialogues in Ventura. We were just talking about that system settings. If Swift UI can't handle the UI properly yet, stick with UIKit. You aren't going to confuse some iPadOS or iOS user. You'll only be logical and expected. So the worst thing Apple could ever do, everyone's like, oh, bring macOS to the iPad. What if, for argument's sake, what if Apple brought iPadOS to the Mac? And I mean, like, replace macOS with the iPadOS. Oh man, I would jump ship so fast. I'd be like, nope, I'm good. I'll deal with Windows. I'd jump ship so fast. My head would spin. I jump ship so fast. Because, I mean, think about it. They're bringing these apps, they're like iPad apps, onto the Mac, right? So it doesn't even really. I mean, they're fine, they're functional, but they're not that. I don't think that beautiful. I don't think that consistent. I don't think that cohesive. I think a lot, but generally positive is not what I am about it. Favorite wireless headphones. Well, these. They're not really headphones. They're the ones I clip onto my eyeglasses. The JLab. Ooh, speaking of, I gotta contact the JLab. The JLab folks, because I unboxed their other headphones, or the earbuds live. Hey, Papa Bear. Lots of devs I follow on Twitter have been mentioning recently macOS. They love the hardware, though. Diet Coke. I gotta tell you, yeah, Bob Bear, I've seen you. I've been watching you go back and forth with Big Fan, but I wasn't going to give it air. JLab, Ashernak, yeah. Oh, hey, Omaha. Thank you for this subscription.
Omaha Prince just resubscribed for 5 months.
Appreciated. Very appreciated. I don't think I have enough filament for another, I might have enough for a Stormtrooper, but I don't think I have enough for another Vader. I think I'll have a problem with another Vader. Lots of people don't like Stage Manager. Yeah, I'm one of them. On the multi-monitor setup. I'm just not... I'm like, yeah, maybe if I'm on just one screen and using one screen, but like... old habits die hard, but like, it's the glitches that I've seen that I'm just... I don't know. This is the point. This is where I mean... I just wish they would work on quality control with their software. That's all I'm saying. Especially their first-party apps, which need to be updated more than once a year. Quite honestly, I think they're not even giving their first-party apps that much thought. Weather seems to have been the best one of the, but well, actually, Clock isn't bad. Weather's not bad. I don't know if they're trying to prove a point with doing them. I mean, I guess keeping the same framework and saving time, but wonder if Apple's rushing to meet their October goal. See, that's what I'm saying. I feel Diet Coke that instead of, they should do like Google, right? Release the operating system and also, but like iterate throughout the year. Updates to Google apps get pushed, right? So there may be a new Gmail app a new feature 3 months from now, but it's not tied to an operating system release. I feel that a lot of Apple's tools would work better that way. But like I said, let me look through. Hang on, let me look at my list. I don't really, of the first party apps. I don't use Calculator that much. Calendar I use. Clock is a new one. Contacts I don't use. Dictionary I use sometimes. Find My, maybe. I don't use Mail, don't use Maps, don't use Messages, don't use Music, don't use News. Don't use Photo Booth. Photo Booth's still there. Don't really use Photos. I don't manage my photos on Apple's iCloud anymore. So it's like, these are nice to have there, but I have not had any photos really in Apple's cloud because there's really no easy synchronization tool between Google Photos and iCloud. It can go iCloud to Google Photos. It goes that way, but not the other way. Otherwise, I'd probably have some degree of redundancy. Don't use podcasts. Previews there, right? QuickTime, when media needs to be used. Don't use Safari. Don't use reminders. Don't use shortcuts. Don't use Siri. Don't use stickies. Don't use stocks. Don't use text edit. I mean, like, all the sticky. You want to talk about an app that needs updated? Stickies is still very, very much old school. Like, extremely much old school. If you don't save this note, all the contents will be lost. Delete note. Delete note. So you can keep virtual stickies. TV, I really don't use that often. Voice memos, not really. And voice memos was a recent one. That was last year, I think. But see, I feel voice memos should just get migrated to notes. I feel like that should all just kind of come together rather than be separate. Notes and reminder. I mean, I know they're separate types of tasks, but if I lived inside of, I don't live inside of Microsoft's ecosystem either, so it's not, their first party apps are just as useful to me, which is to say not a lot. So I don't use a lot of the first party apps. The weather app I might use, which is good, so that's the one that probably annoys me the least. Everyone's got a different use case, but I'm just saying, just a little bit of fit and finish. The home app is probably the most disappointing because, it's a new home app. I'm like, really? Oh, God, if this is the new one, I'd hate to see the old one. You can delete all the apps that you don't use. I know you can on iOS. I'm not sure you can. Not that I need to. I'm not sure you can delete them on macOS. Not as easily, at least. Because, like, if I go to the App Store and search for home, nope, home isn't listed. Apple's home is not listed. So that tells me it cannot be deleted. It's not listed in the store. So Mac apps are different than their iPad app equivalents or iOS equivalents. Uh-oh. I had something jump into junk mail that was not junk. Not good. Hey, Aaron. Oh, zombie is ready. Give me a second. Let's bring that in over there. Zombie? Mr. Hedgehog? Hang on. Why can't I hear you? I can hear you on there, but not... That doesn't make any sense. So I know you're broadcasting. Let me see here. But where are you? Twitch guest star. Do I need to bring you in somehow? Give me a second. Oh, there we go. Now. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And I can hear you. I can see you. They should be able to hear and see you. So say something again. There we go. Okay, you are there. Let me make sure I can monitor your output. Monitor and output. So now I can hear you. How's the hotel?
Honestly, wow, this is the nicest room I've been in. It has a full like mini kitchen. Funny, it has more counter space than my actual house.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I hate those kinds of hotels. You know,
What,
those
like
hotels. Then you never want to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Just need a second.
Yeah, he is coming in a little low. I can't bring him
Okay.
in anymore. I can here. I can mute. If I mute the audio bed, then you'll be able to hear him a little better. But his audio levels are going to be a little different than mine. You know, I wish there was like an artificial boost or an artificial gain I could use there. But have you rated the mini fridge?
It's a full size.
Boy, it's full. You got a full size?
Yeah.
Full
it's like
size.
it's a smaller full size fridge, but it's a
Oh boy.
freezer.
Yeah, you are low. I'm not sure. I think I can't adjust too much more on my end.
Okay, let me see.
Repping Prusa there with your sweatshirt, huh?
Yeah, I traveled with it.
That was not a good feeling.
Okay.
Oh, there.
This is volume
Suddenly-
100%.
Yeah, you're way better now. I bet you people
Is
can hear
that too
you.
loud or is it good?
No. There's no way that's too loud for
Okay.
people.
Okay. This is the Intel sound array.
Although I hope people can still hear. He needs to crank up his outbound. I think he did.
I think I did. Yes.
Slightly
Yeah,
out.
for some
It's going to
reason,
be out of sync.
Windows has.
I don't. I would not. Out of sync is something that's going to happen, especially when it comes to these kinds of broadcasts and you're dealing with various
yeah.
network connections. Like it's just it's gonna. There's no. It goes without saying. So can you say why you're traveling?
Interesting. Yeah, just a work trip. I work full remote, so this is
Nice.
both an opportunity to meet the team and then also do a training session. So
So have you told people? I mean, can you even say where you are? I mean, I honestly don't know.
I'm a power engineering consultant. I build substations, or design. But I mean, with this job, I practically build them. It's crazy.
That is insane. I mean, that's cool. Like, that's like beyond anything that I could ever possibly hope to do.
Oh, it's definitely neat. There's a lot of times where it's a little. There's a lot of moving parts, like a lot of moving parts.
So when you say substation, what would that be? You have to pardon. I'm a neophyte. I'm a noob.
That's fine. When you're driving down the road and you see a bunch of big power lines going into this little like fenced off area, and there's a bunch of like electrical equipment, that's usually a substation. So all it does is take usually a transmission line, so a big hecking power line, and then transforms it into distribution lines, or does other things like switching circuits, etc. It's just a way of controlling all the different lines.
Oh, sorry, you were breaking up on my end. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt if you were talking. It dropped.
That's okay.
Let me turn this off. Let's see if that helps on my end. Oops. Sometimes if I have Bluetooth, because I've got a device, the headphones that I use, or the earbuds or whatever, or the glasses buds, are Bluetooth on the phone as well as my watch as well as the PC. So like, well, not my watch, but if I turn off Bluetooth, then especially with audio, then there's less interruption.
Yeah.
Thank you, Diet Coke,
Liz
for being
says, Zombies can't read chat, so please tell him I offered a 1 bit.
here. She cheered 1 bit. You can't see chat. See, that's a shortcoming on these
Yeah,
this
no.
guest star.
I don't see a way to pull up chat on here, which is this is Twitch.
Bizarre.
I don't get it. It should have like a chat feed, because this is the whole point, is interacting with chat.
I know. Well, I think the host is supposed to interact with chat, but guests maybe like second fiddle. Like in terms
I don't
of
know, that's weird.
in terms of that.
It's nice how this is built into Twitch, though. I thought
Right.
this was a separate platform, but this is Twitch.
Yeah, no. This is definitely
Streamlabs.
Twitch. It's integrated.
Streamlabs just released their like similar thing, but it's set up a lot better. Yes, where you can add it as an actual source, and then you invite someone in like a browser window.
See, I would rather use this, honestly. I know I may be the only
Seems
one,
nice.
but like, well, here's the thing: it's integrated and it's easy and it's
Mhm.
straightforward. So like, I don't have to explain to people. It's also your name shows up on Twitch. Like your name is on my page right now. Like if you go to the Twitch profile, Zombie Hedgehog shows up.
Oh,
So you get promoted, basically. Oh, Kieran, thanks for the cheer.
interesting.
So you get promoted.
Clark cheered X100.
Oh, okay, so I use Twitch's tool for music.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I don't
so
use
that's
that.
pretty
I
cool
use
because
something else.
oh yeah, I see guests. Huh.
Do you see it? Do you see your name on the page?
Yeah.
So, like,
I'm taking a look right now.
That's what's nice about it. And then if I bring Omaha is also, I don't want to bring more than one person on, but Omaha, I'll bring you on after.
Huh. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I use Twitch's Twitch soundtrack, and it integrates really nicely with Twitch because it'll sync up what you're listening to, and it'll display as you're streaming it.
Yeah.
Which is great for I guess like copyright or whatever, because even though they're all ready to use songs,
Right.
it's physically
Well, it's
displaying what you're streaming.
Yeah, and the more you can do that kind of thing, the better. So I'm glad, because otherwise we'd be fiddling with Discord and connecting that way. I'm like, no, dude. Like, this is like, as far as I'm concerned, first party tools, doesn't matter if they're watered down or whatever. Like, I'm all about that. But by the way, Zombie, you're seeing what you see. No one else can see. This is I'm using my Mac to connect you and I together.
Yeah.
Even though I'm using the PC to broadcast, so you're a browser source. Your video embed is a browser source.
Okay.
And
That's
so
the same way that Stream Elements is doing it too.
Yeah. It's basically it's a browser source that you bring into OBS or whatever you use with browser sources. But I'm using my continuity camera, the iPhone. So what you're seeing right now is my iPhone camera with the portrait and everything. You get a nice view with everything kind of moving around in the zoom. Yeah. So that's the way that everyone else gets a different view. They get the straightforward view. Oh, there's a link. K2 says try that for chat.
That's pretty cool. It's just chat.
Yeah.
So that works. It's a little unclean because now I only have one monitor.
I feel they need to do that. I feel they need to bring chat into the console for guest stars. But I'm glad they did this.
HTML.
Yeah,
website,
sure, but like, you're not the only person that's jumped on here that says, "Where's chat? I can't see chat." So
yeah,
I have to have the window pushed to the side slightly. Zoom it slightly, and I have I had room before for just 2 guests just in case, but those would be bigger circumstances. So yeah, your connection works. You are streaming.
Pretty cool.
You're
From a
streaming
hotel with a laptop
on hotel Wi-Fi, unless you're connected directly.
Yeah.
If I don't have to use Wi-Fi, I don't, for sure. This camera works on Bluetooth. Yeah.
As they going back to what you were asking about power. Do you have any questions on that? That's a huge
not
conversation.
as such.
Okay.
How long you been doing it?
Well, I went to college for electrical engineering, but towards the end of it, I decided I wanted to do some more large scale power design,
You're all
which
about the
is,
power.
well, it's definitely an industry it's still involved and there's a lot to it, but it's not as like micro level. I like kind of macro stuff, the larger
Yeah.
scale. I like more industrial. Maybe. Yeah. So I've been doing this for like 4 years full time plus
Oh, wow.
college. So still very new to it. There's a lot to learn. I like it. It's pretty good. And it's fun to know about how terrible the US power grid is set up. And now I know
Yeah.
exactly when there's an issue. Oh boy, I know why. And companies aren't telling you what the issues are.
That's well, is that good or bad? Like security wise,
Oh, it's all
would
yeah. It's never a security thing. There's never. That's the biggest focus right now is as we transition into more computer controlled stuff. It's all remote operated.
right,
So
right.
there's facilities that monitor and can manually operate the grid,
Is that
which
good or
is cool.
bad?
Oh, it's great because you
Okay,
don't have to send someone out when there's
right.
an issue. You just manually toggle a switch. So it's like smart home for the grid.
Uh, smart home doesn't smartphone scare or smartphone smart
But
home scares me.
it's its own isolated system. It's very very protected, and
Oh, well,
there's a lot of work going into it to make sure that it's gonna stay protected. But yeah, that's an issue, right? So what happens if someone hacks into the power grid
right.
and
That's what
now
I'm
you
saying.
have control over everything?
That would be my chief concern.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of fail safes. Same thing for like the U.S. Like all the nuclear stuff, right? There's so many different fail safes. It's not as simple as just walking into a facility and pressing a button.
You
Yeah.
sure?
So Aaron says the SCADA system that runs it is very isolated. Yeah. So it's SCADA. It's very very isolated. It's probably one of the most protected, like not internet but connected systems that I know of.
Right, right. Well, then I feel better.
Yeah, it's reasonable, but then again, it's still electronics,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
in the
yeah.
future, there could be a possibility where someone gets into the system
Does something.
and
I
now
trust me.
can completely
I
remotely shut down the grid.
when it comes to technology, I'm just like, yeah, there's certain things I trust barely, and certain things that I do not trust. Like if I do not have to connect something, let me put it this way: like I got the Pixel device, my iPhone. They're not connected. Like I've got them connected wired to the PC or the Mac, but like I turned off
Yeah,
Wi-Fi because I'm like, if I don't need to use Wi-Fi, I am not going to use it, right? Why have another device on the network? It's the same thing with DVR, like little the entertainment devices, right? Like, if unless it's going to be used regularly and there's a reason for it to be in use, it's off the network.
yeah. So
Like,
that'll be interesting to see what comes
unbelievable.
up in the future. And there's a lot of projects going on now that are converting over from dumb
Mm.
controlled to more smart controlled
But
stuff.
is it smart secure? That's my question. Smart and secure, or just smart? So like
It's
oh, it's a refrigerator. It's smart. Well, that doesn't mean anything to me,
no,
right? So
it's different. It's definitely, I would say it's more hardware um, based. As Aaron says,
right.
you have to have physical access to make changes. So it's not like you can just remote desktop into something and activate it. You have to have full physical control. But that's still my understanding. You still have to. There could be instances where stuff happens. Smart does not mean
I'd
wireless. Yes,
imagine.
it's all.
I mean,
Nothing is really wireless. It's all
no.
fiber connected.
Well, it's
So
like
it's essentially the
electricity,
internet, but a separate, dedicated
like
network.
a different. Like for years, they were talking about what was it? Internet 2, trying to get people to move to Internet 2. I'm like, kind of like Web 3. Like everyone's gonna be on. I'm like, okay. I'm like, we'll see. When it happens, it happens. But
Yeah,
eh, eh.
but it's interesting,
Yeah, I'd imagine that is definitely fascinating.
and
I
everyone needs
wish I could
power,
tell you
so
what
it's
I
pretty
did,
reliable.
at work. You can at least vocalize. I just can't say what it is that I do. Oh, we're getting raided.
BC
BC.
underscore 2 underscore 3D rated my stream with 3 viewers.
Welcome in BC
Thank
and
you.
Royal Nomi.
Welcome.
Were you streaming today?
I assume it was Royal Nomi. Oh, I have a guest lined up for this weekend on Maker Deck, I believe. We are. I haven't said anything yet, but Titan's Revenge this weekend on Maker Deck, at noon on Saturday. So that is our Maker Deck.
That'd be
guest.
cool.
And tomorrow, after Andor and the Tales of the Jedi launch, because I think it's tomorrow. Zach Rutledge is going to be joining me on stream tomorrow. So I've been
Zach
there's
underscore M underscore Rutledge. Wow.
Is it underscore? I don't know. I just know the like soup. Good. But that'll be after Andor is released, and I'm pretty sure that's Wednesday. Fairly confident it's Wednesday.
You could just take like one of every streamer that's in the community and have years of content lined up.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Well, so
easy.
Royal Nomi, the reason I brought up BC rated, but Royal Nomi has been has offered to help and kind of lining things up. And the good news is right now I've been able to take point on a lot of this stuff. But my concern is like failing to be able to take point on something, and Royal Nomi has been there kind of in the wings. I've got another person. I think Uncle Jesse is getting queued up potentially in November.
Ooh.
So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, who do we not normally see in and around who might have notoriety in the maker community or doing things, and as well as other people like Liz even suggested getting Kieran on, and I think that'd be great if he's awake at the time that I might be streaming early in the day on Maker Deck. He may still be up, he may be half asleep. I don't know.
Seems like he's always awake.
So we got to vote for Grant. Omaha says Omaha is voting for Grant.
Definitely Grant. Yep. Like everyone, like there's no one that I would not recommend. Like everyone is very interesting. Everyone does super cool things, and you might learn something new about someone that they wouldn't typically share. That's the thing. So.
Well, I like last night as we were trailing off, I was really happy that Sam Woodhall dropped in because he is like he's a creator enthusiast, creator advocate. Like he kind of knows. He kind of knows what's going on. He's worked with Harris Heller before. Harris might be an interesting interview too as a creator. But Liz was on last night. I have a feeling Liz is going to be on more frequently. I don't even have to worry about Liz. Liz is like, hey Liz, you want to do it? Yeah, I'll jump on. Sure, why not? That's what Liz sounds like. Hi everybody. Sorry I can't be live on your show, Chris. I'm live on Maker Deck.
Have you downloaded the K2 clip today?
I linked it in Maker Deck chat the other day. I didn't take a screenshot to show Liz, but I did.
Did you bang K2 in chat?
I did. I banged K2. Someone was saying, hey,
nice.
What's a quick print I can do? And I'm like, I said, coin, whatever. I'm like, here. And then I banged K2 and then boom. Then it popped up. I'm like, here, there you go. Print that. Nice and quick and easy. Not tonight. I'm on manager duty. Yeah. Let me tell you.
Fixing to print his first K2 clips today. Do you like them?
Nice.
I like them.
Honestly, I haven't even really had a chance to use them because I as soon as I get through the filament, like I'm going through. Look, I'm almost done with this Polymaker. This is the PLA Pro, the teal that I did with the pumpkin. So I'm almost out of this. I have no more Polymaker teal. Hi, Polymaker. Hi, Nick.
It's a good Polymaker. He said his name too many times. Now he's here.
This is I'm daring, right? I like good to the last drop. So I'm going to see if I can get through. That spool's done. See, I don't need a clip. The spool is done. The clip is unnecessary. Yeah,
that's the thing. If you actually store your filament, then it's
right.
A little more useful. But yet some people, they leave the same spool on until it's empty, and yeah, that's one way of doing it.
Only
have one spool.
So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's right. I'm God level. I'm printing without a spool. Some people fly without a net. I'm printing without a spool. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. I think my Stormtrooper is going to complete with this. I don't think I didn't have enough for a Vader because there's extra filament, but I did get one more Vader out. Because these, again, fun things to have around to hold on to, just in case, like for give it to kids, just something to grab real quick, Halloween stuff. And these are good, the minis are a good way of finishing up spools to give out, like, as gifts, right? I don't think if I gave out clips as a gift, I don't think people who are not into 3D printing would enjoy that.
Let's see,
Oh my
Make
God,
Deck wants in.
Liz.
K2's
Hang on,
gonna toss Grandma in the trash.
All right, hang on. Wait, how come it didn't work? Now my requests all disappeared. This is still kind of buggy.
Oh, Liz finished the sign. Yeah.
Maker Deck. Okay, Maker Deck's coming. Omaha's still in the queue too. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time with Omaha tonight. Hopefully Omaha, could we do tomorrow? Wait, no, tomorrow's Wednesday. Could we do Thursday, Omaha? Because otherwise, because I see you're requested. I see you're in the queue to request. Oh, I signed up. Yeah, you did. You're like requests too. Omaha 3D prints. Okay, then I'll ignore you. I was just making sure, like, because I was like, I don't want to be here too late. All right, slotting guest into slot 2. There's Maker Deck coming in, showing Maker Deck on Strim. There's Liz, and we should hear Liz too.
I don't hear Liz.
Wait, hang on. I can't hear Liz. Can you hear Liz? I can't hear Liz. It says paused. No, pushed. No, she's got audio. You're both in
it's
stream.
Actually really weird. Whatever the site is, it syncs up the audio for the microphone or whatever. So if you're using the same source for your mic, so I tried to switch to my headphones. I can't listen to them and use the microphone on them at the same time.
Oh, there's Liz.
I think it works now.
Okay, yeah, it works. What were you saying? You're completing your Maker Deck disc? See, like I said, you don't have to worry about Liz. She's just gonna be here. You don't have to worry about scheduling Liz. Told you. I predicted that. I predicted that. Okay, what were you holding up?
I have something to show. to show.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, first of all, there's like the K2 clip.
Zombie. Why did I do this, Zombie?
Okay.
Why?
But no, I just finished gluing and like setting. This is, if Polymaker Nick is here, he's gonna be jealous because
he's here.
Wow, that didn't take that long. You got through that fast. Is that bigger than the other one?
It's 550%.
Sorry, Nick, you no longer have the world's biggest Maker Deck logo. No. Sorry. What are you gonna do? I mean,
this is gorgeous. Like, look at it. This is the Polyterra lava, the sapphire. This is the Polymaker teal, lavender purple, Savannah.
That's a good balance. Really good balance. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
So that's how I like when I do the logo. Yeah.
What's cool about the logo is that you can literally put any color and it works well.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because originally, I don't know, Zombie, if you knew, but like I went to the web, like the day I was like, okay, I like the word Maker Deck.
There's a K2 clip on it.
Oh my God, Liz. I can mute you from my end. Just FYI. Maker Deck. If that is your real name, Ms. Deck.
They can't see my name though. They don't see a name, which is also weird.
They don't, because
they should see people's names.
No. But the problem is I brought in the sources as 1080p, and because I'm not a producer, so I'm still using the quad thing that was set up like eons ago, and so it doesn't crop like a perfect 16:9.
Okay.
And the padding was off, so it didn't crop that way.
Well, it also doesn't overlay the names that I can see. You have to go to the actual page and desktop, and then now you can see that the guests are Zombie Hedgehog and Maker Deck.
So I have to do, and I just haven't done it yet. I have to shrink your input. Right now, you're coming in at 1080p. But if or at least you're being rendered at 1080p, but I have to shrink it to like 360p, and if I do that, then you get the name in there. You get your name.
Oh yeah, welcome to a special edition of Z and Z.
Yep.
This is Zombie.
Face edition.
This is
The
Hikaru
face-
Chris's
yeah.
show.
See, this is what we
Yeah,
should
face
have.
edition.
Like,
Perfect.
who wouldn't want to see these faces?
Oh, Polymaker saying, name your price. He needs to work. If only you worked for a
promised-
company that made filaments. If only Polymaker Nick.
I already have a promise of some silks and maybe some co-extrusions.
About 4 spools of co-extrusion.
Yeah, the
exactly
co-extrusion
so.
stuff is going to be fun.
I'll get it to you. I'll make another one. I've got lots of. This is from the project. This is one of the things that we're doing at the Mom Project. If you have a specific project in mind, then Polymaker will supply you with the filament. My project was to do a 500% Maker Deck logo, and I've got a ton of filament left. See, look at all this filament I have left. So we could go over 550. We could.
Yeah, I want to see how big I can go on a 300 millimeter printer.
Yeah, I was gonna say how big, because you're limited by the base. Really, you'd have to segment it even further.
Or we could
9
find
seconds.
someone to send me a bigger printer.
Or that, sure, why not?
Yeah.
It'd
There
have
you
to be
go.
huge.
Let's
See,
get
I'm fine with the
a
small stuff.
410 millimeter keyboard.
Oh, this is a
into
cool thing. This is
this
cool.
is
I'm not. Well, I mean, there's a K2 clip on here, but look, it's the circle for the M is the same size as a spool
Oh,
Oh, interesting.
that has a K2 clip on it. This one has a K2 clip. This one is. Oh, this was a beta version of the new one that I don't think is being released now. Anyway, so this.
What
K2
the
clip. Bang
oh the
Bang
clip?
came in chat. Also, if you want, we did do a Maker Deck cookie cutter. You can bang cookie in chat.
Oh, did you set up that
Sure.
trigger?
Yeah, a long time ago. I have all kinds of triggers in your channel you don't know about.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what? Oh, it's a trigger. Oh, yes, it is.
Everything
Oh, what
triggers
do you
in
know?
now.
Triggered.
Anyway, I was just coming in to show this off. I'm gonna give Zombie some of the floor. You know.
Yeah, and I can head off if you have other stuff you want to talk about. I just
Oh no, I've covered everything. Honestly, I'm tired. I was up a little early today too.
Where is
And
Zombie? Is
work has
here? Is he
been-
here?
I'm right here.
Yeah, he's on. He's to your
Am I pointing
stage
the right way?
left. Yeah, he's
Hi,
to your
Zombie.
right. You're to his left.
It's
How's it
it's
going,
the
Liz
gloop.
and Chris? Nice to
It's
be on
the
the show.
gloop. It's the gloop.
The
It's the
gloop.
gloop. Yeah, honestly.
Well, Andrew, he was in. Was he in chat? He was in chat earlier today, was he not? On Maker Deck. Andrew, one of them.
It's okay. I was using Rust
Are you,
Remover
wait,
from
hang
my
on.
car
Are
the
you?
other day.
Wait, Liz. Hang on.
That
Wait,
is toxic.
Zombie. I gotta ask. Are you inhaling the gloop? Is this what's going on?
Yeah.
Is that? Did you leave? Did
Yeah.
you have an open bottle somewhere? Is that what's happening?
Hey.
That must be it.
We don't talk about the after effects of the glue.
I have
No,
to be
all
careful with
serious
my
though,
glue
glue is
too.
a chemical. Make sure
Okay.
you use it in a fully
I
ventilated
just had the giggles.
place.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were wondering. What's up with the giggles?
Playmaker says, remember we printed a 25-meter bridge. So if you want to play who has the biggest one, start the engine.
Wait, hang on. A bridge, like printing wise,
Giga
or
printer?
like
People need to stop writing things. That's all I can say.
what?
Okay.
Wait, so like you like on a printer? Did you say 25-meter bridge?
25
It
meter. I think
bridged?
so.
No, it bridged
Think so.
25 meters. There's no way.
Is there a YouTube video for that, Nick? Can you post a video?
Ow. Yeah,
You
apparently
killed Liz. Congrats.
Liz is the one who said gloop, and I'm like, is that what's going on? Because clearly, Liz is dipping into the gloop. You know you're not supposed to eat it, right? It's not like paste in kindergarten.
It does look pretty edible. Do not eat
It's
glue.
Bridge
purple.
over bigger
Disclaimer, do
lie.
not
Is that
eat
what it
glue.
is? Shiny squirrel.
Don't
Yeah,
even put it
it's
near your
purple.
mouth. My wife says size is not important.
Oh my goodness.
Sure.
Dry Walker says I could always ask our local printer to use their Modix printer, or is it Modix, to use a 1 meter logo to do a 1 meter logo. That'd be freaking huge. Don't forget
Oh
your
my.
3.5 meter one on the Discord. Wait,
Do you know that
30
it's
So he's done it-
75 degrees in my office right now?
that's not
It's
bad.
really hot
That's
in here.
well, it's like 47
It was
degrees
86
Fahrenheit.
It was 86 earlier today.
How are I
Oh
thought
my
y'all
God.
were centigrade. I didn't think you were
Well,
I didn't think you were metric.
okay.
Or I thought you were metric, not imperial.
Canada is so
25.
weird. It's like very
You're
mixed.
weird.
Half imperial
See,
and
then
half metric.
now I'm
so
really
weird.
confused. Because I have to use metric for printing, and I have to use everything else is imperial. It just drives me nuts. The inconsistency drives me nuts. What are y'all giggling over?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Hence me wondering what the hell.
Oh, we need the Z-Side
Oh
and
my.
Chris show for sure.
What? Yeah, I
Let's get Nick
feel
on
like
here.
Oh my.
Let's
I
get
I
Nick
can't
feel
on
like
here.
there was a I feel like there was a joke that didn't even have a chance to go over my head. I feel there was a joke
I don't know what the joke
somewhere
I got
is.
stuck in the gloop.
that I completely missed,
I think so. Ooh.
like entirely.
Oh my God. Anyway, I'm just here to show this. Some
Sure.
K2 clips. Have a good night.
Night.
Oh, good evening, everybody.
Bye. And then okay, so I popped. If I did that right, okay, so Liz dropped. Okay, so I got Liz out. See, I'm still learning how to use the how to use everything as well.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
No, she
I
said
think it was
goodbye.
Royal Numi.
Oh, her normal goodbye. I think this was just a kind of a pop on, pop off Ashernak. I don't think it was a full on, full fledged. It was a Liz appearance. It was a deck appearance, but
You know, that was Maker Deck. That wasn't Liz. So
Yeah,
Maker
I
Deck
wonder-
can't do the weird sign off.
I don't know if this Stormtrooper. Yeah, theoretically, I got this much more to go, and it's 17 minutes left. I don't know if this Stormtrooper's gonna make it.
So Jiraiya.
I had to. I mean, I could switch filaments, of course, if it gets too close, just to finish it off
You
with
can
another
just switch
filament.
it. Have you seen like the hot swaps? How you like switch filament? In fact, you can just pause it and then flip up the filament and then just resume.
Yeah, I've done. Yeah, I've done that before. That's usually what I do when it gets when it starts moving into the tube. I'm like, okay, it's too close for comfort. I don't know. I don't even have any.
You'd be surprised how much material you can get out of just a little bit of filament. It's crazy.
That's what I'm hoping for, because I use lightning infill for these little ones because they're made to be done at the end of a spool.
Yeah.
And it's just got the helmet left, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to swap.
But for people in chat, I'm in a hotel. I don't have any printers with me. I haven't built my positron yet, so this is it is what it is. But that'd be cool. Like one day you'll be able to bring your positron with you to the hotel. You can print stuff at the hotel. That's pretty cool. And if you didn't hear, there's actually an update on the positron. They just released their. I don't have the website. I think you can, if anyone has it, you can post it. But positron now has an official list of suppliers. So it's currently, I think, Fabrico and West 3D. So those are the two official suppliers of positron parts. And LDO is working on a kit tentatively early to mid next year for a full positron kit from LDO. So that would be pretty cool.
I think I'm gonna. I this spool of not Polymaker, Prusament. That's like my second spool, but it's almost down to nothing. So I think I'm just gonna run through that until a new model comes out. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to print that. Just if only because I've got spools. I'm like, I gotta start going through these spools.
I found a fun feature of the Prusament spools. Really fun feature. So if you drop it, the actual spool is in 3 sections. So the middle part's cardboard. So you can just pull it apart.
Yeah.
It comes right apart.
Yeah.
So don't drop it, or else you'll have a lot of filament that's just kind of not connected to anything.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the warning.
Yeah. So I had to respool an entire spool of Prusament.
Lizards tonight. Yeah, this was the second spool that I ever used to get through. So I'm just slowly but surely cycling, getting through.
So what are you
Any
printing off
advice
for
on
Halloween?
converting old Prusa rep wrap to CNC? I've never done that, Shiny Squirrel, so I could not give the advice. Much more impressive to walk
Post in
through the
Maker Deck
lobby
Discord.
with a Voron or Delts. Yeah, ask on the Maker Deck Discord. There's a good tech support section. There's someone there who could probably answer better than I could with zero experience. For Halloween, what was the question?
Oh, you were printing that teal
The pumpkin
Polymaker pumpkin.
Yeah.
Were you planning on giving away 3D prints?
Yeah, basically. Like I've got a big bag of like the Astromechs that I've printed. These will be out. So I'm basically going to set these out like on the stoop, and then the kids who walk up, even parents, I'm like, here, take one. Here, have one. I mean, like,
yeah,
because I'll just make more. Like, oh, those are so cool. Here, take one. Have one too. So the parents get to. I mean, unless they're not Star Wars fans, at which point they would be very disappointed. But yeah, that's most of what. That's pretty much it. I think it's easier to manage than candy. I mean, I printed them anyway.
More
and
fun.
They just make. Yeah, I mean, like kids will keep them, right? Theoretically, but the only thing I have to be careful about is like if it's a young kid, I want to make sure like okay, wait, here maybe have a bigger one because like I don't want them sticking in the mouth and choking. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, all the kids' toys that I'm planning on designing are going to follow the
X100 K2 clips for
the
all.
actual like under 2 rule, or not rule, but like regulation. Essentially, it's a cylinder.
Right.
I don't know what size it is, but it's a reasonable size cylinder. And if something fits within the cylinder, it's not considered like kid safe or kid friendly.
Oh.
But if it can't fit in the cylinder, then it's not a choking hazard. So you can make a lot of parts that are fairly small, but not considered a hazard.
I wonder. I wonder if
they can't have really small things that might break off. So usually like solid models, like all of Nick's Polymaker Nick's toys.
Right.
Most of those are pretty good for that. They're like a single chunk of filament.
See, that's my only concern. Like what we have are 3D prints, and so I'd almost have to say the parents have to be okay with this. Like I don't want to. The parts could break. This is what we've got. Like, don't stick it in the mouth. It could be a choking hazard. Like giving
you
full
can say
caveat.
like 3 and up. Just like put a sign that says
these are for 3 and up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we don't really have any candy, and I just don't want to mess with candy anymore.
Yeah, it's
expensive. Well, because every time, people don't come. Like, what's the point? Like, they don't. Like, we just end up buying too much, and it's like, well, no one's here, so why buy for people that don't come? So either way, I've got like a huge stockpile of stuff, but they're not all of them are not. I mean, the regular size Wexter minis, I feel they'll grab. The Cali Dragons, I've done a few of those too. At 200%. The Cali Dragons.
Yeah, those are nice. I like those.
We'll
start having to dig into your Star Wars collection. Give those away.
Yeah, well, I'm basically I don't know if I'm going to put out like a TV tray or something where I can set them out and they can just grab one.
Ooh, you got to get TV up there and play Maker Deck and have the bowl up front of it.
Oh, right. Actually,
mm-hmm.
I kind of wonder. I wonder how I could do that.
Or you can like put it in one of your windows, possibly.
Well, I'd probably. Oh no, I'd probably bring my the iPad
even.
Or not the iPad, but the tablet, and then have the tablet and then have it plugged in and have a cable, like a USB-C cable going, and then that way. But the problem is I don't want to leave the door open because it's so cold, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to play yet. I don't know how it's going to work yet.
But that'd be pretty cool though. A little bit more like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's that?
Right. So I don't yet know how it's going to go down.
It's actually really fun,
especially with the young kids.
Yeah, what 3D printing is, because how do you explain what 3D printing is? That you can make your own plastic toys at home. Wow, that doesn't sound very fun.
Well, I may have
or
to
it
just
does.
say
Like it's cool.
we may just have to say no to infants. Like only like
Yeah.
I hate to do it, but like sorry is like this stuff is like 5 and up. So because I just don't want to get hit with a lawsuit or something. Like no, it's not. Like no, you take this is. So that'd be my chief concern.
You give candy away, and candy is definitely
Yeah.
a choking hazard. But then you're not supposed to play with candy. But those like little spider things, all like little Halloween toys. That's not
stupid.
kid safe.
Yeah, trinkety.
Yeah, it's not kid safe.
So, I think we may have some of that still yet. So the little babies may end up getting that. I guess you're right. If I set, I could use this tablet to have MakerDeck going because it's easy, it's portable, and the tablet that I use for streaming in, and then set some of the stuff out on like an end table, like not an end table, but like a tray. Theoretically, if the kid can't see over, if the kid is not tall enough to see what they want, they're too small to have it. I think that's probably the way I
to ride the ride.
You must be this tall. I'm like, just be careful. Like, keep in mind, this could break. Just be gentle with this kind of thing, and do not stick it in your mouth. Whatever you do, this is not candy. But the parent at that point, if the kid's that young, the parent's going to be there. Like inevitably, the parents are walking along with the kids. So, I don't know, man. 7 minutes. I feel this is gonna work. I'm gonna before it hits the gear. I'm gonna let it go up the PTFE.
Oh, it looks like plenty.
Yeah, it should be 7 minutes to go. As long because I've done it before. I've run the filament it's gone into the tube, and I've like had to run it out that way.
Well, you get to wait till it gets to the extruder. That's the issue.
Yeah, I wait until it gets the gear, and I'm just like, then it's like it's past the point of no return. It'd be just a little
definitely
easier. Enough. But yeah, this is what I do with all the filament that comes. I'm like, I'm using it. Like if I got it, I don't waste a drop. Although I do still need to find a way to melt everything.
Yeah, those melting things in the oven are pretty cool. I'll say you're definitely one of the most, you use the most like last bits of filament that I've seen, at least on stream. Like, you're always printing with like 0% left on your spool.
That's what I'm saying. Like, well, lately it's been that. Lately I've like run through, because I was like, I needed the big project, right? I needed teal for the teal pumpkin. And I'm lucky I had enough. I was worried that I wasn't even going to have enough for that. I'm like, oh God, I hope I can make it, because it was the PLA Pro Max, I believe. So it wasn't like, a larger spool. So I was concerned about that.
Pro Max.
Pro Max, I think? Yeah? No?
No.
Is that, what PLA?
This PLA Pro and this Polymax.
Okay, Polymax. Maybe it's PLA Pro. Pro Max, I'm thinking like Apple.
Pro Max Ultra.
Gonna hop off. A few more things to do. Get ready for the printer giveaway on Thursday stream. Or Nomi cracking the whip. Have a good night. All right, you have a good night, BC. I'm probably right. I'm tired too. I'm gonna see as soon as the Stormtrooper's done. I'm probably pretty much done too. Pro Max plus Super Mega Giant Ultra PLA. Is that what it is?
Forget the plus.
I don't know. Everyone uses Pro and Max, and then in my mind, like all the words just get jumbled together. So
that'd be a great conversation. Like, why do companies keep having to name their products like one step up? Like, where do you draw the line?
Right.
Yeah.
People get. I mean, they don't get miffed, but it's like I don't know. Like sometimes I say one thing and then ends up being something else. I'm like, Jesus.
Well, would you rather have that or a random string of letters and numbers that makes absolutely no sense? Like when someone does a sponsored review or something for a monitor, it's like the XYZ ABC 1 2 3. Like
right.
How is that good for marketing? I don't get that.
Not easy, especially when you're talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
Not easy at all. I mean, my eyes bothering me.
At least it's reasonable for Polymaker's lineup of filament. you can kind of understand like what each thing is. And there's a cheat sheet, which if you haven't posted that yet, you should put it somewhere on the site that kind of like has a one-liner of what each filament is and how they compare against each other. Someone had that on Twitter a while ago. And that'd be good to post on the site.
What do you mean?
Oh, like Nick posted a short of, well, like a status of what each filament is. Like this one is good for like matte, and this one's good for strength, etc.
Right.
Because when you go into a website like that, how do you know what filament is what?
Yeah, that's probably the hardest because like I often look for color, right? Although there are times that I needed for a project, I needed something with a lot more strength. But yeah, color usually drives my primary decisions. Like the funner the filament, the happier I am. Okay, so it is officially in the tube. It is in the tube.
3 minutes left.
I don't know, man. 3 minutes. If it gets up here, it is here. Tube watch. Here, I'll zoom in. You can see it, like the tip of it, like right there. I know the little cup is in the way, but
you could do it. Yeah, let's cheer it on. You could do it, little
you
printer.
Can do it. Come on,
little mini
you
printer.
can do it. Well, it's measurement. It's down to, the helmet's tapering off, so theoretically it'll take now 2 minutes, and it's here. Oh boy, because if it gets here, I have no choice. I'm like, nah, dude,
right.
Too close.
Let me post a few things. So here is a bunch of kind of smaller prints that you can use with a little bit of filament.
Oh yeah.
And then there's also this one, which is specifically for like the last meter, so like when you have just a very little bit left. So go check those out, and don't be in Chris's situation where you're trying to do a larger print and kind of guess.
Well, this wasn't necessarily larger. Well, yeah, the bigger one was definitely larger. I'm not. These are.
But it's nice to be able to print a bunch of little things, so you can kind of fine tune how much you have left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, look at that mobile holder for laptop. That's kind of interesting. Hey, thank you for following. Is that I don't know how to say that name.
NH2.
Nichiu?
NH2.
Nichiu? Subbing a gift sub if it fails. Oh boy. Hope that filament doesn't destruct. No, it's here. 1 minute left. It is right here.
I think you're fine. Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know if it doesn't. Oh, I don't know, dude. It's gonna get like right fine. Here. It's gonna get past the point where you can see it. I'm just like,
No one knows.
But it says 1 minute. Nobody. Well, I don't feel bad if I don't know how to pronounce it.
I was having a conversation about that today. People who make their username stuff that's impossible to pronounce. Like, why?
Well, because usernames sometimes were never really meant to read out loud. Okay, 0 minutes.
Exactly.
It is here. Let me see if I can get it so you can see everything. Yeah, it's here.
Good.
It's got about 6 centimeters to go before it hits where the point of no return.
Jiraiya?
Never let it be said that I don't use all the filament. It is now here.
Chris looking on the edge.
Dude. It is.
Wow.
I think. Yeah. This is. Wow. Hang on. Before it hit the extruder. Let's see how far. What's the distance?
This is an advertisement for Direct Drive. The new Microswiss NG.
6 centimeters before. 6 centimeters. So that's pretty. That pretty much broke my record. That
Silver
definitely
Sunbeam says,
record.
"This is giving me all kinds of anxiety."
So this is as much filament as I have left. This is it. Like there was no. That's it. That on the spool.
Pretty good.
It was used. It was definitely used.
How long of a print was that, or how many grams? Do you know?
Not even sure. Honestly, I wish I had better readout or study. It's a Wexter Mini mini. It's a 50% Wexter mini. And so, like, when I get to the end of the spools, I've been printing these, the Stormtroopers Invaders, because I just feel like, they're easy to give away to kids in various colors, So, yeah, there was not a lot left, to say the least. Print a mini blaster. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Taking a shot with a Stormtrooper and a hit, yeah. So yeah, I did it. How can we sell more material if you actually use all the materials? Don't teach this to people. Sorry, Nick. I believe, hey, I love me the plastic, but hey, I don't never let it be said. Like, people ask, well, Chris, why do you use all the Polymaker? I'm like, I'm using it. They don't just send it for nothing. I'm using it.
Chris prints more than I do.
Oh, well, yeah. With MakerDeck has put me in overdrive, right? Like I have an overnight every night. My problem sometimes is like either there's something I want to print and have to wait for the right filament, or there's new filament that I want to try in various models, waiting for new models to be released. Thank you, Jelly or Jelaya. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Just spooling up some more filament. Again, another spool that this one expect over the next day or two. Come on, is it gonna go? Did it take? Oh, there we go. Over the next day or two, I'm going to be printing in this white here, just to run through it. I'll do a couple of newer figures. Overnight's going to be, I think, a quick 9 hour overnight are the little articulated. I do like 2 articulated lizards. Although I could probably do a couple of Death Troopers tonight.
I like mixing it up. There's been a couple of new models. Someone posted a link. There was a black cat, like a hunched black cat, and then a pumpkin flexi.
Oh yeah.
Those are pretty cool.
Sorry, July. Yeah. Jay Callan. Hey, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Longtime subscriber over on YouTube, follower, supporter of the vlogs.
Awesome.
Twitch is a strange country that
sure
everyone's welcome. So good to see you. I just finished printing a little Stormtrooper here. Teeny tiny Stormtrooper. Can't have enough of those. Until I find the next little small things that that'd be great in a million colors. And then Wexter, creates another mini dude, Star Wars mini dude, and then I add it to the thing to print overnight in new filament color. I don't know. I do not know what I will ever do with all of them, but it's just fun. They're just fun to have. They're fun to print.
I give away 90% of my prints because at this point, they're cool, but they're not exciting as much as more. There's that initial burst of excitement you get. So
yep.
Every time some of the family comes over, even my grandparents are like, "Wow, what did you print?" I gave my grandfather one of those retractable swords that Nick was printing.
Oh right, yeah.
He loved that thing. He loved it, and it was PLA Pro, so it was nice and strong.
See, when there are new models, I get excited, or even printing out these Dark Troopers. That's fun too. Is that a 2X? No, it's a 1X Dark Trooper. Because getting a Dark Trooper in white, it's pretty wild. I don't think. I might have done. Actually, I've done Dark Troopers like this. I am gonna go with the lizards because I had a similar filament. The Silk White is close to this. Not exactly. I like the Silk White a lot. The Polymaker Silk White prints very well. This filament also prints very well. The Prussiament's strong, very, 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 very strong. It's definitely got different properties. I mean, every filament has different properties.
Yeah. I like Prusa. I don't have one of their printers yet. Hope to get one soon. It'd be nice to have a Prusa, to have a nice, reliable printer. Because somebody likes to tear apart their printers. Somebody can't print with printers that are torn apart.
Do not look at me.
That's me. That's me.
Do not look at me.
I do it to myself.
I do not want to take anything apart if I don't have to. I will keep everything as it is, as God. If God wanted me to take apart printers, He would not have sent it to me as assembled as it was. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, every so often, I've run into a model that I'm just like, oh yeah, this is great. Or like, it's seasonal, the pumpkin, but then it doesn't take that long anymore. That's the biggest, not problem, but like having MakerDeck and being on MakerDeck like constantly and having an overnight every night, like, I mean, things are running 24/7 here. My TV, printers, like eventually you just kind of run out. Like, okay, I just can't print all the things. Like, what are the things that I'm going to hold on to? What are the things that I need to print? What are the things that I want to print? What are the things that, I have to do to give away, or if there's a project, right? Like for Jedi's class or whatever, like Halloween. We'll see how this Halloween goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to hand out, I will have, every kid will get a MakerDeck coin. The probably, well, could it be?
What is the MakerDeck coin?
The MakerDeck, this coin thing, could it be a choking hazard?
Is it like 2 inches?
Not 2 inches, dude. This is like not even, maybe an inch in diameter.
That seems I don't know.
Yeah, a little over
It's
an
hard.
inch and a half diameter. Jelaya, Liz, it's Jelaya. I think it's how I say your name. So I'm gonna get every kid gets to take one of those too. I'm like, they're looking, what is this? Android barf? What is this? But the parent's gonna see it and like, oh, let me see that, and they'll scan it, and then the parent will be able to watch. I mean, I don't think they're gonna tune into MakerDeck, but I've actually in the neighborhood, I know I've gotten at least 2 or 3 people interested in 3D printing based upon me just leaving models outside. Like I'm like, there's something just doesn't print perfectly, or like, okay, I got enough of this. I'll set it across the street. I'll just set it out. And then they're gone usually in a day or so. Usually, not always. But we've even put like some of the failed prints in the front yard right now, and people aren't taking them. Like I'm like, I figured they'd be gone, but they're not taking them.
I don't know if that actually worked.
But I could copy and paste. Oh man,
it's a weird thing. Okay, toys should be large enough, at least 1 1/4 inches in diameter.
Oh, 3
and
centimeters.
2 1/4 in length. So 3 by 6 centimeters.
Oh, 6. Oh, I'm definitely under that. 4 centimeters. Oh, in diameter? My God, no. 2 centimeters diameter.
Yeah. I mean, is that the official recommendation, or is that just a generic one?
I don't know.
Because I know there's a bin. There's like a test bin that you can use.
Liz is
here
still
we go.
giggling.
Is she still on here?
Well, see, okay, so here's the thing. I'll say these are not toys. I'll have to say they're not toys. They're collectibles. They're not toys. They're things that can be put, have them on your desk, right? Have them, they're desk trinkets. And some of them, honestly, they didn't turn out that well, but I'm like, well, I can see the problem, but I'm sure a kid, unless you were aficionado, I'm like, oh, the layer lines are horrible on this, So there's always a possibility that's going to happen.
That's the thing interesting, because I was doing some test prints. I plan on doing the Toys for Tots, just printing out a bunch of stuff for them. But I don't feel like personally any of my printers are at that quality yet. Each one of them has its own weird issue. And on the Simple Core, you could really see the layer lines, like they're very inconsistent. So I'm looking at this print, and I could probably give this to my kid, and he'd be so happy to have. Doesn't matter if it's perfect. Like, you wouldn't know if it's not perfect. So what defines like good quality, and what's the minimum acceptance for each age?
Right.
So I don't know. I might donate them, but I'm hoping to get some printers set up so I can just batch out a bunch of high quality stuff.
I didn't sign up for the Toys for Tots thing. I didn't sign up. I think you were supposed
But you can
to
still
too,
donate.
you just didn't.
I think.
Okay, as long as you can still donate. Because I
I
may
think
end
the
up.
ELF program was to get filament to print. That's what you sign up for.
All right. Yeah.
And I think we're trying to work with Polymaker right now to see if we can do some stuff with that.
Right.
Get involved.
Makes sense.
Yeah. 28. Oh, speaking of Toys for Tots, Omaha is in chat. Silver Sun B did Toys for Tots last year. Was not this year, but he was taking up bandwidth. Yeah, it's if you're gonna actually do it, or not do it, but do it properly, where you print off as much stuff as you can and send it over. It takes a significant amount of time to do, because some of the prints take. You don't want to print too fast. You want it to be good quality, and if you're printing out a lot of stuff on a plate, you don't want to print super fast. So it does take time. Plus, you have to inspect all the parts, clean up anything, and ship them out. So it's a bit of a process, but I think it's an amazing thing that they're doing.
Oh, look, they're embedding charity makers.
Toriman 2000 just resubscribed for 8 months. Hey,
yes,
good evening.
Yes, they are.
Oh, that's nice. Well, because of course, that's his thing. That's awesome. Oh, that's so nice.
I keep charity makers open and Maker Deck. I'm watching those.
That is really nice to see. Okay, so the elves. So it's 28th. So I'm gonna have to I'll have to do this tomorrow or something. When I get the bandwidth.
Well, like I was saying though, do you need to sign up, Omaha, if you still want to donate? Like, can you not sign up and still donate? I don't remember.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I'll look at it again tomorrow.
I signed up a long time ago, and I'm just planning on printing regardless. So
right. I don't think I'd be able to print and take down to the local toy. I don't think like Toys for Tots around here would they'd be like, what is this?
No, I think there's a specific distribution network, and I don't know if they actually inspect all the parts. They might. There's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. So,
you have to sign up the website. I think actually you're asking about guesting. I think I'm about ready to wind down, but I have the guest thing turned on every night, so I'd be happy, Omaha, to talk about it here on an upcoming night.
Yeah, maybe like right before it ends, like on Thursday or something, you can come on.
Maybe, Omaha, could we talk about it on Maker Deck next weekend?
That's too late to sign up.
Well, it is too late to sign up. This weekend is booked. I got Titan. It'd be too late anyway because it says the 28th. What could we? Okay, so why don't you come back? I mean, I know you're here. You're here pretty much every day. Omaha, like Wednesday's full, but what about Thursday? You want to chat Thursday? Want to come on? Want to come on this stream Thursday and chat about it?
And Nick, when are you streaming next? Are you going to talk about that? Are you streaming on Thursday? Typically stream today, so
I can do it in the first hour. I worked at 9 p.m. Yeah, okay, that's fine, Omaha. That's quite all right. Hey, Spitting Moon, thank you for being here. To get access to the STL files, you need to sign up. At least you did last year. Okay. You self-inspect the toys, and then the hub elf is supposed to give them a second look as well.
Okay.
Well, I just assume donate to like Toys for Tots,
Well, it's a special connection to Toys for Tots.
Yeah.
So they expect, or someone expects to get it.
Jalaya, there's no, honestly, the guests are just, I turn on the feature and like, oh, so-and-so wants to talk, and then I bring them on. So that's it. There's right now, there's really no official schedule. Tomorrow, though, there's certain nights that I will. Tomorrow, I'm going to have another streamer on, Zach Rutledge, to talk about the Star Wars releases Wednesday or that are happening tomorrow, and then Saturdays on MakerDeck, it's specifically like creators and makers interviews. But on this channel, every night could be a different person, like whoever wants to like join and say hello, and we just kind of hang out and take it wherever it goes. Because it's why not? Because why not? I think there was one more person, but I like I said, I'd have to punt. But it's such a new feature that I don't think people. Like Goffleg was here, but I haven't seen him chat. So Omaha, if you like, what about Thursday? So Jelaya, it could be like honestly anytime during my broadcast. There's no set anything. Part of it is just kind of like, well, let's see what happens, and if no one wants to join, no big deal. So some of it's planned, some of it's not. It's just more like every night I'm here at around 6 p.m. or most nights. I've only missed one night. My mind was not in the right place.
Twitch. You never know what you're gonna expect when you come to a Twitch stream.
Exactly. But that's why I like the guest star thing, because it's not like oh, I've already seen Chris. I'm like, oh, who's he talking to tonight?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Zombie, thanks for tuning in. Glad we were able to test it with you on the road.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. Now I know this is a feature too. I might be able to utilize it myself.
Yeah.
So I will log off, and thanks for having me. Go follow MakerDeck on Twitch. Bang K2 in chat, and goodbye.
See you, Zombie. And follow Zombie Hedgehog. His handle is on the it was, or at least on the profile page. Here, let's give a shout out. Shout out to Zombie Hedgehog. There you go. Should be showing up on your page. Oh, Corey Man, 5 minutes ago, resubscribed with Prime. I'm sorry I missed that. I didn't even hear that, Corey Man. Totally missed that. Sorry. We were talking about the chair he makes, and I missed it. Good to see you, Corey Man, and thank you for the support. I'll be sure, also be sure to bang MOM. Gotta make sure you do that. Busy printing Swatch trucks. Oh, K2's returning the favor. So yeah, Jelaya, we do a lot. I mean, most of the conversations or anymore on Twitch are dominated by like 3D printing and making, because that's the group of folks that I've connected with most here. But I want to find more Star Wars people on Twitch. I really genuinely do, and that's not easy if you're not gaming. Like if you're not playing a certain kind of Star Wars game, it's really hard to find other Star Wars people. So I don't think I can do like a regular Star Wars thing. It's hard enough to line up one or two guests, but I'm trying to get into a flow with it. So trying, at least, not making any promises at all. Because the moment you start making promises, that's when all hell breaks loose. And then what? And then you overextend yourself. It's like, no. We haven't rated Disc 1 of 5 in the longest time. I think we should rate him. He's working on Disc Bots, so he's programming. Let's give Disc 1 of 5 some love. Fellow maker, geek, developer. The nostalgia Star Wars games lately? I have in the past. Not as much. I keep trying to find someone who can help me repair my arcade cabinet, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. I really don't. I'm concerned that I'm just going to have to basically dump it and like get a new one altogether. Twitch is a cool platform. Never interacted. Oh yeah, no. Twitch is a completely different world. It's all live, of course, but the beauty of Twitch is like you just get to know people, and like some people, they do one thing, some people do many things, but that's me, right? Many things. Like earlier, I was showing off one of the new Chucky dolls that was sent to me, and another gift box from another film that is going to be released called Don't Worry, Darling. Like, okay. I don't know anything about this. I have not, like, Don't Worry, Darling. Decent ratings? Like, either people like it or they don't. So I've got the code, and on a night that I can watch a movie, then I will be spinning it. I remember Stepford Wives. I did watch that. I got a Chucky doll. Oh yeah, no. I mean, Jedi kind of. She's like, but she said, oh, can we keep it? I'm like, we're not. I can't keep any Chucky doll. I can't. We didn't keep the first one. I'm like, no. This someone else who loves horror is going to love this, and so they sent this one. I'm like, I think it arrived late, actually, but I'll still get the tweets out. They seem to be satisfied. Like when I post anything that they send. I'll end up just posting a tweet, and they're more than happy. So, I'll do the same thing. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, this is the Bride of Chucky. The Bride of Chucky got sent. So yeah, I don't know. It may end up showing up in the vlog. The Bride of Chucky. Because it's an interesting conversation. I've got a lot of stuff for this week's vlog that'll be going in. Well, not tons of it, but got enough of it. All right, we're going to be raiding over into Disc 1 of 5. You've seen him before a few times. He is developing or mid-development right now. Feel free to use the Perillo Raid emote, or if you follow MakerDeck and you are a subscriber there, MDeck Raid is the emote for that. The little the nozzle, the hot end. Raid emote. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. Good to see you, Jelaya, and everybody else as well. Sorry, Jelaya has been, she's been a sub on YouTube for years and years and years and years and years. Anyway, yeah, I'm a little freaked out too. Oh, I am leaving. Yes, I am leaving, RC Manic. You missed all the fun. We're past 8 o'clock now, Pacific time. Here we go. Teskin rating, Disc 1 of 5. I'll see everybody on MakerDeck in 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Oh, I missed that. Thanks, Omaha.
Omaha Prince gifted Jelly a subscription. Omaha Prince gifted a tier 1 sub to Jelly